morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today to our first service in the month of June 2021. Today, we're observing Watsonville Buddhist Temple's June and July Shotsuki Hoyo Memorial Service. I'd like to begin with an opening reading. Please join me in Gasho. If one walks looking far ahead and pays no attention to the ground beneath his eyes, he will stumble. If one gazes critically upon others and forgets to look into himself, he will bring tragedy upon himself. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you. This time we will begin the sutra chanting of the Sambujo, followed by the Hyobyakumon dedication meeting, and then the Sambutsuge and the Jusege. During that time, you'll see the names of families observing memorial in the month of June and July scrolling on your screen. Namandos, namandos, namandos. Punya ina anyorai Today, on this occasion, the Watsonville Buddhist Temple June and July Shotsuki Hoyo Memorial Services. The Sangha has reverently come before me, the Buddha, in memory of their beloved family members. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homilies. I go to the Buddha for guidance, I go to the Dharma for guidance, I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kia Butsu, Namo Kia Ho, Namo Kia So. Namo Satsa Ariya Janya Om Yang Yi Yi Jin Goganya Zeng Enya Ayato Shan Chi Gatsu Mani Shiko Enya Kai Sitsu On Pe Yun Yak Jim Okunya Nai Yogen Cha Se Murin Shang Ak Nai Yon Hare Je Po Kai Mon Cho Jin San Mai Chi Yi Dog Muryo Sho Ke Wu Jin Dai Sen Nen Sho Wu Zi Ho Kai Gu Jin Jin No Ke Gong Ai Tai Ma Mya Yo Ge Ne Se Son Ya Me Nin Na Shi Shi Jin Dog Muryo Ge Geng Go Nai Jie Jin Yo Gom Yo I So Shin Do Nai Sen Gang Ga Sa Bu Tsu Sai Sho Ho Ga To Sho Ji I Bu Ge Da Tsu Bu Se Jo I Hai Nin Sho Jin Yo Se San Mai Jie I Jo Ngo Se To Ge Bu Tsu Bu Gyo Shigan I Sai Ge Ge Isa Nai Yang Ge Shi E Bu Tsu Yak Sen Nak Man Ryo Nai Sho Shun Yo Ngo Ja Yo I Sai Shi Do Sho Bu Tsu Pen Yo Ge Do En Sho Bu Gyak Yin Yo Ko Ja Mo Sho Bu Tsu Se Kai Bu Ka Bian Shi Se Tsu Do Gong Yo Shi Xiao En Shi Xiao Ge Ge Nyo Ze Shou Jian I Jin Nan Yo Liu Nga Sa Bu Tsu Ge Ge Do Nai Chö Shi Ki Myo Do Jiao Jiao Se Tsu Ge Ge Nyo Nai Yon Ni Mu Do So Na Do Ai Min Do Da Tsu I Sai Ye Po Rai Xiao Xin Da Tsu Xiao Jiao I Do Ga Gu Gu Ge Da Gu An No Ko Bu Xin Yo Zhe Xin Xiao Zhi Gan No Hi Ri Gi Xiao Xiao Yo Jie Po Se Son Ji Ye Mu Ge Yo Rio Shi Son Ji Ga Xin Yo Ge Rio Xin Shi Xiao Ge Do Ge Ju Ag Yo Xiao Jin In Je Wang on cha se Thank you very much. Now I'd like to ask you all to please join me in the Gatha Shinshu Shuka on page 216 of the large purple service book. The threefold refuge. Difficult is it to receive a human form, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha, now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, what life shall we cross over? Let us with sincerity and true reverence take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we together with all sentient beings awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we together with all sentient beings enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we together with all sentient beings become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Sankhya-mo, Ninjin kegatashi ima sudeni uppo kegatashi ima sudeni kiku. Kono mi konjo ni wakate do seizumba sarani izure no sho ni kataka kono mi o do sen. Daishu morotomo ni shishin ni sammo ni kiyeshi tatematsu dashi. Mizukara butsu ni kiyeshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shijo to tomo ni daido wo taige shite mujo yoko san. Mizukara ho ni kiyeshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shijo to tomo ni Kaku kyozo ni irike chie umi no gotoku nara. Mizukara so ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masani negawaku wa shijoto tomoni. Aishu o tori shite isai muge naran. Ujo jinjin mimyo no ho wa yaku senmango nimo. Ayo kotoko tashi. Orima kenmon shi yuji suru koto o etari. Negawaku wa minai no shinjitsu gyu geshi tate matsudan. Namandalus, 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 namandalus. Once again, I want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. I'd like to begin with a very short reading. If you please join me in God's show. Everything has a beginning, has an end. Each moment is the first time and the last time. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Just last weekend, we observed Memorial Day services, and for the first time in many, many months, we were able to gather outside and see each other in person as we conducted memorial service. This is at the cemetery in Watsonville, San Juan Bautista, and in Monterey County as well. And during that time, I was talking with someone about my dream to have a monument put up in the cemetery at Monterey. We have a couple of plots that belong to the temple, and it would be nice to have a nice monument that honors all the past members of the temple. And I dreamed about this for a long time, and I thought about it. And I thought the words that I would like to see on that stone are Kue Isho, Kue Isho. And these are the words of the Buddha. The Buddha was talking to his disciple, Shariputra, and he said, sentient beings who hear of that land should aspire to be born there, for in that one place, they will be able to meet such excellent persons of supreme virtue. They will be able to meet such excellent persons of supreme virtue in that one place. And of course, the Buddha was referring to this one place as being Pure Land. Today, we are gathered for monthly memorial services for the Watsonville Buddhist Temple, and it's a special occasion for families when they observe the service to remember their loved ones, to remember them with love, with respect, and with gratitude. Now, in the oneness of the Buddha's compassionate heart, this is where we will meet with our loved one once again. And to do this, we ourselves must confront the truth, the reality of our existence, the truth of our own impermanence. That everything has a beginning, everything has an end. You know, I like this quote from the beginning. Everything has a beginning, everything has an end. Each moment is the first time and the last time. As I get close to the age of 70, I begin to reflect back on the past events of my life, of all the people that have crossed over through my life, watching young people change. I saw a couple of young people from Monterey last weekend, and they had sprouted up. They're taller than me. So watching children grow up. I remember when my son Andrew was just very small. He loved to watch the Teenage Mutant Turtles, the cartoons, and we had videotapes of all these different cartoons, and he watched the videos over and over and over again, to the point where, as I sat watching, I knew the dialogue. I had it completely memorized. He loved for me to read to him books like Dr. Seuss, especially The Cat in the Hat, reading it over and over and over again. At one point, I asked him if he wanted to read something else. He said, no, let's read Cat in the Hat. So I read it again. I could read it with my eyes closed and read it so many times. As I look back now, I treasure those moments. But at the time, I recall quite admittedly that it was somewhat of a drudgery to go through and read these things again and again and again, to watch the videos again and again and again. But for him, my son, the reading of the book, the reading or the watching of the video, each time was new. It was like it was brand new. Each time he watched the videos, he would laugh. Each time he listened to the book, he would smile and enjoyed it as if it was the first time. So I thought, gee, I wish I could be like that, but in some ways, I guess I am. You know, my wife says to me, "What do you want to watch on TV?" I said, "You can watch anything you want as long as it's not Godzilla, the X-Men, the Avengers, Jurassic Park." And gosh, then there's nothing really that I want to watch. And I will watch these over and over and over. And I recall, when I was a young minister, and we may have heard me talk about this before, as a member at the end of a memorial service, who remarked that we ministers say the same thing over and over and over again at these services. Well, my response to him was, well, we say the same thing over and over again because you need to hear it again and again and again. Well, the Buddha taught Shariputra that everything has a beginning. Every moment is the first. Every moment is the last. No matter how many times we create a moment or an occasion, we cannot relive it. It is that one moment that's so important. No matter how much we may regret the past, we cannot go back and recreate it to fix things. The threefold refuge that we read every Sunday says, this life, this moment, hardest to be born into human life. Now we live it. We say it over and over again, many times. We've heard it. Probably most of you have it memorized. And the question I have is, are we listening to the words, or are we just repeating the words? Are we listening to the content of what it says? We say it over and over again, so that we can listen, we can contemplate those words and their meaning. Also, no matter how many times we do an act over and over and over again, it is different. Some things will have changed, like the time, the circumstances, the environment. Nothing, though, stays the same. It will always be a different moment. So today we're observing memorial service, Shotsuki Holy, monthly memorial. And perhaps we've fallen into a trap of just going through the motions because we do the same thing over and over and over again. We chant the same sutras. The reality is that we can't look upon it as the same thing over and over again. With the help of our family members, our loved ones who have died, and with the insight that the Dharma gives to us, we can come to fully appreciate and really make the most of each opportunity to be with each other. Living a life of appreciation and gratitude is living a life of memories. And we should not wait for later. We should not say, at some point, I will do this. At some point, I will do that. I remember a member saying to me, his life was so good. His life was great. There's no reason for me to come to temple. But then, at the end of his life, he decided to come. But we shouldn't wait for later. We shouldn't wait for the end of our life. Not for the next time we meet, but now, when we have this opportunity. This is the significance of this one moment that we meet, this one opportunity that we have together. And it is our loved ones who provide us with this opportunity and remind us of this idea of each moment is the first time, but it's also the last time. So please take advantage. Please join me in Darshan. Namo Amida Bus, Namo Amida Bus, Namo Amida Bus. Now I'd like to take a moment to read to you a special certificate of congratulations. And each year in June, we acknowledge and honor graduates from high school and from college. And this year, we're honoring Christopher Inokuchi. So I'd like to read the certificate to you, and we'll be presenting this to Christopher at a later date. The Buddhist Churches of America takes pleasure in awarding this certificate of congratulations to Christopher Inokuchi in recognition of your graduation. The Buddhist Churches of America extend sincere congratulations on your educational achievements and high standards of citizenship. We look forward to your leadership and service in supporting the noble cause of spreading the light of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Presented on this 6th day of June, 2021, by the Buddhist Churches of America. Signed with Marvin Harada, Bishop, Buddhist Churches of America, Kent Matsuda, President, National Board, Buddhist Churches of America. Congratulations, Christopher. I'd like to just take a moment to say to Christopher, congratulations on your graduation from UCLA. You take with you much acquired knowledge and skills as you graduate. I hope you also know that there's much more to learning, and there's much more learning to be done. And some of what that learning comes from just living life. And we're always learning from the life that we live. So as we think about the life that we live, we learn that the wheel of life is constantly turning. There's life and then there's death. And in an infinite movement of this current of life and death, constant interfusion of changing events. So at this moment, I am myself, this self, only at this particular place and time. You, Christopher, are you, this person, only here and now, at this particular time, at this particular moment. And in the next moment, it opens up an infinite number of possibilities of change. And it begins again and again, moment to moment. So your graduation is a great achievement. It opens up new opportunities. It opens up an infinite number of possibilities for you. And we hope that you will take advantage of those opportunities and do well in this world. So as you embark on your future endeavors, I want you to know that we here at the Watsonville Buddhist Temple wish you well, congratulate you, and we remind you that this temple will always be a home for you. And remind you that the members here at the temple are always going to be a family for you, an extended family. So best wishes, Christopher, and congratulations on your wonderful achievement. Now, I'd like to continue with a few announcements. This next week, June 13th, we will be observing Monterey's June and July Shotsuki Hoyo. And 2 weeks from today, on June 20th, we'll observe Salinas' June and July Shotsuki Hoyo. And for those of you that have been participating in the Dharma School Youth Services, that same day on June 20th, we will have our Dharma Youth Program service and activities. So please tune in on Zoom for that. And then on the 27th, there will be no services held. And then in July, we're going to be observing Hatsubon, or the first Obon for families who died since the last Obon. Monterey will be on July 11th. Guest speaker will be Reverend John Turner of the Orange County Buddhist Temple. Watsonville's Hatsubon will be on the 18th of July. Reverend Yuki Sugahara of Oregon will be the guest speaker. And Salinas will be on July 25th with Reverend Kyonobu Kuwahara of Berkeley as the guest speaker. And I also want to remind you that the Watsonville Buddhist Temple will be opening its fireworks booth this year again in front of the temple from July 1st to the 4th. We still need volunteers, so please contact the temple and volunteer for the fireworks booth. Now, if you please join me in the Bath Ondo San 2 on page 220. Please join me in Gasho. I express deep reverence to the Dharma. To what shall I liken my happiness? By listening earnestly, I open the way and receive the true compassion. I have been saved from the eternal darkness. To what can I compare my happiness? Reciting the Nembutsu, I will exert myself diligently in my daily work. Without discrimination, I'll share with everyone Amida's precious gift and travel together to the pure land. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much, everyone. This will conclude our services for today. I look forward to seeing all of you next week for the Monterey June and July Shotsuki Holiday. Thank you very much.